Why so many electric vehicles in North Europe countries? I know that EVs have lower battery capacity in cold weather. But why in North Europe, Sweden, Finland, there are a lot of EVs? Do they make different batteries for those EVs? Do they have other systems that protect the battery? In general, are EVs different made in North different than those made in South? Because that lower battery capacity doesn't matter at all for daily use for most people. If you're driving 25 miles and plugging in when you get home, who cares if your car has 200 or 400 miles of total range? Regarding possible downsides of EVs in the cold. Living in Sweden and having owned different types of cars before and after 4 winters with EVs, I personally really prefer electric for winter. The only downside is less range when it's really cold, but you can still drive at least a good 3+ hours before taking a break for rest and charge. Other than that, EVs are legendary in the cold. Full vehicle defrost and preheat always included regardless of trim is great. No cold start problem ever. I hope to never have to own an ICE car again. EVs need infrastructure. North Europe has built the infrastructure to be able to charge the cars everywhere. When the charging infrastructure is in place, it provides incentive to buy more EV because the infrastructure is in place, which in turn builds out the infrastructure even more because the market grows. The batteries are the same. It is a prime example of how to solve the chicken and egg problem. Most charge at home and range doesn't matter 99% of the time in modern EVs. Very few people need to drive greater than 100 kilometers every day. And when you do need a trip, there are charging locations every 50 kilometers, or so in most places here in Norway. The longest distance is up in the north, where you'll have to do about 125 kilometers between Lakselv and Ifjord on County Road 98. I had my car for 2 years before we got chargers installed in the apartment garage. But in my town there are chargers everywhere. I could go to 5 locations within 10 minutes of my home. It was not all fun, as charging an e-Golf in -17C took me 50 minutes, 30 to 80%. This car have no active temp management for the battery, so it can't heat or cool the battery. Modern EVs do, so they will not be as affected by this. There's a bit of a misnomer that cold temps are detrimental to battery range. The reality is that the biggest hit to range is at the start of a journey when the battery is cold and some energy is used up bringing it up to a relatively okay temperature. This hit is largely negated if you can preheat the car and battery while connected to the home charger, which most EVs can do. And for most people, journeys are predictable to within the next half hour to hour, and so they will almost always have the opportunity to preheat. Anecdotally, my PS2 efficiency difference in winter versus summer is about 2 kWh per 100 kilometers, with preheating, no heat pump. So not really a concern.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss our next exciting video.